Hello everyone and welcome back to the X-Ring. I hope you're doing well today. Guys, finally, I'm going to have time to do the Steyr. This is the Scout, this is the Mark II. So guys, if you're like me and about my age, you remember when Colonel Jeff Cooper came out with the Scout rifle, and while it is very unique looking, there's a lot of attributes that make this extremely unique. So his idea of a perfect rifle was something that could kind of do it all. It could kind of sustain you for life if you needed to shoot a deer, but it was super lightweight, very packable. And guys, this rifle comes in at 6.6 pounds. Now guys, if you're not familiar with the Scout scope concept and all this, big shout out to Burris for allowing me to use this Burris Scout. They said they have to run these constantly because guys like them. Because someone actually commented when I showed this before, they have a super long eye relief. Like I have a clear field of view here, but this just makes it really nice to be able to just bring it up and there it is in your line of sight. You don't have to worry about, you know, peripheral. You're not losing any of that because you have a full field of view. It's just super quick. But taking a look at the rifle, I do want to give a big shout out to WTP Firearms, We the People Firearms. Those guys probably have the biggest selection of Steyr rifles in the store. Now their website doesn't reflect that, but I was able to get this from them, and because, like I said, it was just classic. It was something that I grew up with, but there were a lot of things on the original Scout that I didn't like. Being that it had a weaver up top, they've changed a lot to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to review this top to bottom. We're going to show you some close-ups because it does a lot of cool things and it is super accurate. So guys, stick around. All right, so starting with the rifle at the back, working your way front. Guys, you do have these adjustable length of pull spacers. Very easy to take these off. All you have to do is take something like an Allen key or something, and you put it in this bottom slot, you pull on it, it pops off, and you also have storage in there to be able to put some small items, maybe cleaning items, things like that. You also have these trapezoidal little shapes here on the side. These actually pop out. You just reach in, pop it out, and when you do, you could put a cheek riser on this. I actually have the cheek riser. We're not going to put it on. It does require a couple of screws and some hardware, but if it was one of those you just wanted a cheek riser for it to fit you better, you can actually do that. Down here at the bottom, guys, this is very ingenious. You actually have an additional 5-round magazine. Now, you cannot put a 10-rounder in here, but you can store a 10-round magazine in the bottom of this. You're just not going to be able to seat it. So you've got an additional 5 rounds on tap, another storage compartment here. Guys, the polymer on this is actually very nice. It's a good texture. It's not super slick. And just like on the Steyr rifles that I reviewed before, this is a nice bolt action with the roll safety as well as the safe feature, so that if you wanted to store this and make this flatter, you can actually roll this to this white dot there, and that will allow you to lock it down. From here, it's not going to come up. It is a full safe position. We roll it forwards, it comes up, now it's ready to be able to be worked, but you're going to have to go back to there. So using this roller system is very fast. Safety's on, roll forwards, it's off. You also have some pop-up sights here, so some backup irons, so if your primary system goes down, now guys, you wouldn't be able to spot it through here, but there's also a pop-up one here. Basically, you would just do that and it lifts up. My scope is actually in the way of that. Now, here you have something else that's cool too. You have your 5-round detachable box mag, but you have an intermediate position for this so that if you wanted to work the bolt without chambering around, you can put it in this hold position and you just drop it down 1 notch, okay? So right there, it will not feed one into the chamber. You also have a built-in bipod. So this was one of the coolest things back in the days, was having one that was built in on the bottom here. All you have to do is press this, and you have these funky little wings that are bipods. These actually cant as well for uneven terrain. I don't know if you guys can see that, not trying to point it at the cameraman at the moment, but it is a way to have a bipod. Now, if you load this excessively, they will collapse on you, okay? So you can put some decent loading into it, but you can't load it like you're trying to do a precision long-range rifle. On the bottom here, you do have some M-LOK mounts. So if you wanted to do a Picatinny, and then you wanted to actually add something like a true bipod, you could. Now, all along this, you don't see any cuties or flush cups. You see these little slots here. You've got them on the back, the middle, back, and also on the end. These are going to be your sling swivel studs. It actually comes with 3. They push in, rotate, works really well. You also have some M-LOK attachments. You guys are going to see this beautiful fluted barrel. It's very thin. Now, unfortunately, just like a lot of other European manufacturers, they just haven't quite got the threading down yet. This one does not come in a standard thread pitch. However, there are adapters available. I have one, so that if you wanted to run a suppressor or run your favorite brake on this, you could do that. So they are supporting it. So first thing we're going to do is we'll just do a couple snapshots. It'll say 100, 200 yards, because that's what this is for. This is chambered in 308. We're going to see if we can hit these steels, and then what we'll do is we will take this scope off. We'll put another burris on here, and we'll try to take it out to distance. Guys, don't be fooled by this thin little barrel. Steyrs have some of the best barrels in the industry. These are cold hammer forged, and not all cold hammer forging is the same. Let's see how it shoots. Guys, I've got 3 rounds of Black Hills loaded in here. And the benefit of having one of these scout scopes is because it's just so fast. This is actually a variable scout. This is a 2-7 by 32, and I do have a spare round in here. But remember, when we did the video on the Tikka Ace, it was all about just very, very fast. That steel is a 3rd IPSC at 100 yards. We're going to pretend, so I'm going to put the safety on here. We're going to pretend we're walking, whatever, and then we see it, we see the deer, and here we go. If you look at my high relief, just like that. Now, of course, I missed it because I rushed the shot, but that's what it's all about. I don't have to search anything through the optic because it's right there. I was able to follow up on that one. Let's see if we can go 200. So 200, boy, that's going to be tough. But I hit it. I am out. Nope, got one more round. Let's see if we can do 300. I'm going to need more power on 300. So we'll do 300. Just off the left side. So the other thing is, let's say you run out, you've got a place for your spare mag. I'm just going to grab this other magazine here. And let's say we needed to take a shot at, let's say, 400. Let's just skip 300, go to 4. We've got some high grass here. You can quickly deploy this bipod. Let's see if we can do this. I don't really know the zero on this thing at 400. But I'm just over the grass, and that's an impact at 400. So it gives you a lot of versatility in a super lightweight package. Guys, the way you see this, it's just over 7 pounds. So it's a super, super light rifle, the way that it's set up. See what kind of group we can shoot at 100 yards. Hopefully it'll hold sub-minute. At least I hope so, even with this thin barrel. Let's see if we can do that. All right, so I've got the Eliminator 6 on here just because it has more magnification. Let's see how it groups. I've got some Black Hills. This is the 168 grain. This is the tipped Match King. So that's kind of always, you know, the Match King has always been kind of a standard for accuracy. Let's see if we can hold a minute with this. Bipods are a little high, but like I said, they're meant for that situation where you need a bipod in a hurry. So let me go ahead and adjust a parallax. Guys, I do not have this zeroed. I just threw it on here, but we're looking for the group. I can hold the center, and that should be good enough. So we are going to go dead center of that big red field. We are at exactly 100 yards. I've got my level on, and here we go. Okay, so it's about 1 inch high and a hair left. We're level. Here we go. Okay, good so far. All right, so a little bit of vertical stringing. That's not going to be a minute. That's actually going to be a little bit more than that. It's close to 2 minutes. Like I said, it is a thinner barrel. Let's try to do 3 more and see what happens. All right, so we got 3 more rounds. We're gonna shoot at the bottom left diamond. Like I said, bipod's a little high. We're just gonna make it work. We're level, and here we go, bottom left. The dot turned off, hold on. High left. About a minute. All right, guys, so she's hovering right about a minute with that ammunition. Like I said, we could try different ammo and see, but I don't have a ton. I've got some 175 Federal gold medal. Not really a hunting round. This is more of a match round, and that's 6 rounds pretty quickly. But it's a Steyr, right? Isn't that supposed to matter? We'll see. We'll get this thing smoking hot. How's that? All right, we'll go bottom right diamond. And it's a 175, so it is going to shift, I'm sure. Here we go. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, so that's just a hair over a minute. Guys, you got to think, this scope right here only weighs 30 ounces. And so without the rings, you're probably looking at a total of about 2.2 pounds. On top of the 6.6, you're looking at 8.5 pounds. Super lightweight setup. Guys, it's not even really zeroed. I mean, it's somewhat close, but on this, I could take something as simple as my phone, put the ballistic profile in here. You guys watched the video on the Eliminator 6 and how super simple it was. It was that easy button. I could literally put that 175 profile in here, and I don't think there would be any issues hitting targets at 4, 5, 6, 700 yards. Matter of fact, let's just try it. This isn't about the Burris Eliminator, but like I said, this package coming in at under 9 pounds, you got a bipod, you got everything. Why not? So it's pretty simple. We're going to use this gold medal, which I really didn't zero. You guys saw that. We'll take 3 shots here, and we'll just say, you know, if we're hunting, guys, 175 yards, I mean, that's, or 500 yards with a 175, that's a good poke. But this super lightweight rifle, no muzzle brake, no anything. Let's see how it does. Okay, so we have the profile in there. We are going to go to 500. 497. Not much holdover at all. Dom, are you ready and recording?
You got it.
You got the red numbers?
Yep.
At the top?
Yep.
All right, here we go. 500 yards, blue water line. Guys, you see how fast that was? It was very simple to do that. Now what we're going to do is, it's a larger target, and I hate doing it, but let's, you know what? We'll just go to 550. 550 is the one just above it. 560 yards. Here we go. You ready, Dom?
Yep.
Okay, so that's an impact at 560. One of the other things I want to do is I'm going to throw this red dot on here, and when we do that, let's go ahead and just zero it for like, we'll do 200 yards zero on it, and then we'll see if we can do 100, 200, and 300 just with a dot. I think it would be extremely fast, and we'll see how effective that makes this rifle, because it'll actually make it even a little lighter, I think. All right, so I like the look with this red dot on here. This is actually pretty cool. So let's see if we can run 100, 200, and 300. We're just going to do it kind of like this, not a true offhand, but here we go. 100. We'll go 200. That was a miss high. That was impact, and we'll go 300. Just over the top. Very, very fast rifle for a bolt gun. Like I said, that's just using a dot, but definitely works really well. You know what? Let me go ahead and take a little more time on this 300, because I should be able to just hold the top of it. And here we go, 300. And there it is. So no problem if I took a little more time with it. But you can see how effective it is, especially having the bipods here that are integrated in. You know, I would have been a lot more stable if I would have done that. You know, having the cant feature, probably getting a little bit of heat in the barrel, but let's try it again with the bipod because, man, you can deploy that fast, but you guys see how that forward aiming system just makes it so quick. Just think about an AR, so we'll just do it this way, and here we go. 100, 200, and 300. Just over the top, and we're out of ammunition, so that's it. But definitely cool, got a lot of power to it. And while it is a very, very unique rifle, I think it's one that needed to be reviewed. And big shout out again to the guys over at WTP, We the People, down in Roebuck, South Carolina. Guys, if they are the largest Steyr bolt gun dealer. However, their website doesn't reflect any of their inventory. So you'd have to call them, but everything from one-off Steyrs to you name it. Matter of fact, you can walk in and they've got an M10 on the floor there. So very, very good guys to deal with, very knowledgeable with the Steyrs. And this is a very, very iconic piece of history, especially with the ties with Jeff Cooper and his vision of a perfect rifle or a rifleman's rifle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review. We'll catch you on the next one. You guys take care and have a good one.